Oh my god, but you guessed it. Hi everyone. Cheers. Oh my god, cheers. So much love to the bitch squad. All right, new background. Yeah, okay, if you're new here, welcome. If you are not new here, welcome. Oh my god, y'all. Okay, I got a new item for the treasure chest. This is, if you don't know, and I'll do another episode on what tongas are, but this is my new tonga, and it is for peace, and it is legit next level. It's gigantic. I'm so just in awe. So I wanted to get that frequency, that peace frequency in the background for this video. Okay, today what we're talking about, bitch squad, is having a checklist for all you ghost hunters out there, myself included, all right? Ghost hunting checklist. Part 1. I'm going to go over the top 3 things that I think are the most important to have dialed before you go out on a mission, a quest, a investigation. Okay? All right, so P.S. I cuss like a sailor, and if that's not a match for you, I totally understand. Go watch somebody else because, honey, this is how I do my thing, and if you're here on my channel, you're gonna take responsibility for your own experience. Yes, because shit is boring if we all agree all the time on everything. What the fuck was that? Hello? And I'm back. P.S. I have this bruise here. I was doing some like intense like cupping. I have my own set of cups, and it totally left this like a circular bruise. I had surgery here years ago, and it left scar tissue that kind of like looks like old lady neck, which there's no shame in the game for old lady neck. It's just I don't want to have it prematurely, and I do, but that's okay. I love me anyways. But I was trying to break up some of that scar tissue with cupping, and I'm like, oh. Love cupping. Yes, yes. All right. Who here is into the paranormal? Me. Who here enjoys ghost adventures? Whatever. Like there's that particular show, but also just like in general. Me. My new favies are Sam and Colby. P.S. Like I think they're YouTube royalty. I just got introduced to them not that long ago, and I'm like, hey. It's super, they're just super entertaining. Anywho, I've been doing this work for a long time, and I've been in the esoteric scene, the spirituality scene, and the self-help scene, and in the emotional health scene for years and years and years. And I've written books on all of the above. And so, you know, I have my own experience, and the experience is key, right? I don't just have the knowledge, I have the experience. Not all of the knowledge and not all of the experience, but I have a lot, okay? So, number 1 thing that we're going to go through now on the checklist is, why am I doing this? Why am I going to go on the investigation? Why? What is my intention? And my invitation to you is to be as clean and clear with your intention. So let's say, for example, it is for a YouTube situation or another show or something like that. That's fine. Like, do that, but see if you can like rearrange in case your why falls under popularity, viewership, likes, you know, whatever, and see if you can reframe that into, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that, okay, but let's see if we can clean that frequency up in I would like to share this story with as many people as possible with the intention of ... inspiring, community, camaraderie, friendship, you know, whatever, okay? So see if you can reframe that, because that's a lot cleaner of an energy, which means you're gonna potentially have a cleaner investigation, cleaner experience, all of that, yeah? Okay, so number 1 is, why am I going here? Why am I doing this? What's my intention, all right? Now, number 2 on the checklist is, what do I intend to accomplish? Not just hope to accomplish, because a hope, now, and I don't want to just hope, but honey, see if you can feel into the difference in density between the words hope and intention. What do I intend to take place? Even just saying the word hope, it's breathier. It's less dense of a frequency of sound. In intention, I intend to, the da, that's a denser sound, a denser frequency, something more substantial that you can have command over. So what do I intend to happen in this investigation, in this, whatever? Really, really important. For example, it could be, I intend to make contact or gather evidence in a way that will add benefit to my life and the people around me, like, my viewers, whatever, right? Whoever else is who's a part of either the investigation and if you're filming and showing other people, what it's to bring benefit to others, We always want everything that we do to be beneficial to us. Now, we can't necessarily assume what's going to be beneficial, and that's not what this is about. It's just about the intention, because otherwise we start to contort our behavior and people please because we think something might benefit another person. But the intention here really is enough. I intend to bring benefit to myself with whatever findings I walk away with, and benefit to the benefit of others, blah, blah, blah. I think you get what I'm saying. And it doesn't have to be that, but we want it to be a high vibe intention, yeah? Okay. So there's that piece. And number 3, which is so important, and P.S., if you haven't figured out already, these are actual guidelines for life in general, whether you're ghost hunting or not. So cheers. Woo. Minute for the cheers moment. I'm double fisting, honey. Hey, this is water, reverse osmosis water, and because a bitch be fancy. And this is water with ginger. Okay. Cheers. All right. Are you impressed? I'm impressed. Okay. Number 3. That's my drum roll. How can I leave the space better than when I arrived? Kind of like camping, right? Or, I practice this in public restrooms a lot. If a public restroom's a hot mess, as long as there's a way for me to clean my hands, I'm gonna fucking spruce it up, right? If there's paper towels everywhere, throw that shit. If there's water on the sink, wipe it up. And so that's the whole kind of vibe here with this. How can I leave this space better than it was when I arrived? Whether that's a prayer, a ritual, something that's high vibe, not just kind of this exploitation of a space for the sake of evidence, but how can I show up and add benefit, not just benefit for others, which was number 2, or benefit for yourself or whatever, which is what do I intend to take place here? But it's how can I leave this space better than how it was when I showed up? And that's unique to you, that's unique to the place, that's unique to the circumstance. Now, all 3 of these things are very, very high vibrational, highly vitally important to have on your checklist prior to equipment or even location or team or whatever. This is it. This is what you want to walk into really anything in life, but specifically ghost hunting or exploration with the idea of contacting paranormal or anything esoteric or anything less dense than physical 3D reality. Yeah, because again, that's just non-physical is just a matter of difference in the density of vibrational frequency. That's it. That's all that is. Yeah, and that difference in density then will determine which planes of reality you can fuck around in. Yeah. Right. So that's why, a lot of times you might witness other people, I'm going to reference like Sam and Colby again, because I think that what they do is very entertaining, and a lot of what they do is brilliant. Again, I'm like, a new fan of theirs, so I don't know them personally or anything like that. But I definitely enjoy some of their videos, and they often reference like getting into like a meditation or a trance, and that's so beneficial, because what happens is you can access through that trance, through that theta brainwave meditative space, you can access your own ability to use the less denser aspects of you to then communicate and traverse these other planes, these other realms, and make yourself more accessible, and then have other things that are of that less dense frequency on other planes be more accessible as well. Yeah. But then you also want to clean and clear, right? Because what happens is, especially like, which is why this checklist is so like important. If you're going and doing this kind of stuff without that type of a checklist, you're really going to be opening up yourself to all sorts. And sometimes all sorts can be beneficial, can be a beneficial experience. And sometimes that all sorts, meaning like maybe what we might perceive as like a little bit more of a negative frequency, might just have called you in, or potentially you have a contract with that particular energy to exercise that number 3 on the list. How can I leave this space better than it was when I arrived? And so that could be prayer, that could be ritual, that could be all sorts, right? To each their own, whatever your practice might be, okay? Like for me, how I would go about this is I would be very specific with my research and where I might go to explore. And then I have my own very high vibe spiritual practices and chants and mantras and meditations that I would bring with me to actively do. But I would also really just be with the space and allow the space to communicate to me, because I think that can, for example, I'll tell you a story. I had some friends that went to Egypt, and they did some rituals in the pyramids. And it may or may not have gone great. And my question is, what's done is done. But my question is, was that the time and the place for you to do that? Or was that just a space for you to observe and not necessarily participate? Because sometimes when you're doing these explorations or these investigations, there's a difference. And that takes practice to know when that difference is, arising, right? Like, is this a time for me to participate? Or is this a time for me to just witness, right? There's going to be a difference, and you're going to know, but that knowing, it's just like any muscle that you intend to strengthen. It takes practice. It takes going to the fucking gym and walking up to the pull-up bar and reaching up to the pull-up bar and like giving it your best shot. Yeah. And sometimes you're just going to flop the fuck off. And the same, yeah, that's it, right? It's just like sometimes we just fall on our face. And that's with anything new, right? Or maybe it's not new, but it's just like developing the muscle is taking some time. And maybe hearing this information is new. Maybe it's a review. But again, this checklist can literally be applied to anything in your life. And I hope that you do apply this to your life, because it really is so vitally important. All right. So number 1, why? Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? What's my intention? The intention should be to benefit, right? Right? I'm mixing up number 1 and 2, because they're basically all the fucking same, if you know what I'm fucking saying. Like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for views? Am I doing this for attention? Am I doing this for popularity? Or am I doing this to potentially educate others and educate myself, right? And then that number 2 is just like, okay, well, what's my intention with this? What's my intended outcome? My intended outcome is to create or observe or whatever, just something beneficial, something positive. It can be different in each and every scenario. And then number 3 is, how can I leave this space better than how it was when I arrived? And this isn't like a judgment on the space, but it's like, you go camping, you clean up the fucking site, you make sure that like no trace, right? Leave no trace type shit. That makes sense? All right, fuck yes. So I hope this fucking lands good with the bitch squad. And please know I love you all so much and I appreciate the shit out of you. The bitch squad keeps fucking growing. Hey, that's what I'm fucking talking about. It's a brand new fucking channel and we're cooking, honey. All right, so much love to you all. Comment below if you have any questions. I'd love to do my best to answer them, and just, you know, so much love. So much love to you all. All right, Satnam, fuck yeah.